So for me, my heart disease started when I was younger. I had like fainting spells and stuff, but it was always dismissed as nothing. And then in high school, it became more pronounced, where I was passing out a lot. No one really ever took it seriously. And then I went away to college, and I came home after my second year of college, and I was starting to pass out. And they did an echo, and he said, she needs emergency open heart surgery, it's bad. I was like relieved. I felt validated. I felt like I was gonna make it through this. They put me under for the open heart surgery. I was laying in bed and I had a moment to myself where I was laying there. I just looked down at myself. I had all these tubes. I thought, you know, who's gonna wanna be with me? What am I gonna do? Am I gonna finish pharmacy school? Am I gonna be able to have kids? And then I remember thinking, and I do this now, I have to focus on what I can do. And at that moment, I could breathe. You know, I was alive. It's neat because my parents and I and my family will say, out of all the professions, you picked pharmacy. Amazing, because it's helped me understand my medical condition, but on top of that, it's made me understand the patients that come in. So it was about the third date with my husband, and I knew it was somebody that I wanted to date seriously. And I said to him, look, I gotta be honest with you. I have this heart condition, and I had my aortic valve replaced. He showed up with a present, and I opened it up, and it's a defibrillator. He said, I can't have you going around town and not have something to protect you. Yeah, so that's how I knew I'd found my guy and that dream was gonna come true. We had looked into adoption, and we also looked into surrogacy. We ended up having one of my friends, Carrie, and we had our first dream of Aubrey come into the picture. It was amazing. We found out about a year and a half after that I was pregnant. I really thought through everything. I read tons of research articles. I have amazing doctors, and we were fortunate. We have our second daughter. It's just, heart disease can affect anyone, and so it's one of those things that I get the word out there that, you know, you can look good and you can look fine, but that this is a disease that doesn't discriminate. Joe and I both know that could be the last moment, you know, that could be it. So those things keep things into perspective as to, I have to keep living and be happy for the next breath I take and the next moment I get. You ready? I didn't know if I was going to have it tomorrow. I didn't know if I was going to be able to see my dreams come true. I didn't know if I was going to be a mom, or if I was going to be a wife, or if I was going to be a pharmacist. So I learned to live each day, and my tomorrow is why.
Well, I actually developed high blood pressure in 1998, and it had been under control. And so I really wasn't too much worried about it. Nurses and never are health professionals. We think we got it all together. And so in 2003, I had begun experiencing some chest pain. So what we do first is I checked my blood pressure was elevated a little bit. And so I called my doctor and asked if I could come in at noontime on my lunch and get a quick EKG. Got done. I said, can I go now? I really need to. He says, no, I want you to go to emergency. And I said, why should I go to emergency? He says, you're having a heart attack. And I said, oh, okay. Well, what about my car? And he said, you're having a heart attack. Hi, have you had your blood pressure checked before? Ended up having a stent placed in a couple of places. It was a wake-up call for me. I was really healthy. I was not really overweight. My blood pressure was under control, but the culprit was my cholesterol. I work around the area of high blood pressure, cardiovascular, cardiocerebral disease. And we go in and we meet and we train, and so I went in and trained around checking blood pressures and gave machines to the shops. In our community, African-American community especially, stuff goes on in the barbershop. People tell you everything. They talk about their business in the barbershop. And I think that they're more open to hear sometimes from a barber or people that work in the barbershop than they are to hear from a healthcare professional. And they are repeat customers, most of them. So the barbers are able to track them and know, are they following up? Are you doing what's needed? What having a heart attack was is it made me equal. It made me at one with the people that do have heart attacks. I felt their fear. So now I understand when they don't comply. I understand when they don't agree. I understand that because I've been there. The ideal is that people advocate for themselves. And to do that, they have to have information. They have to know that they have the power to utilize that information, and that they have to have courage to be able to stand up to say, I don't know, please explain it. Okay guys, thanks a lot. What does that mean? How do I do that? Check your blood pressure. All right. My life is poured out for others. And so others being not just my family and my grandchildren, but other people, the people that I come in contact, the people especially in my community, in my faith community, in my African American community, in my Latino community, in my community, period. That is about why for me. It's about them being all that they can be. It's about them living to see their grandchildren and great-grandchildren. It's about them living the best life that they can live and accomplishing the goals that they can accomplish it and do the things that they can do and dream the dreams that they can dream. It's about other people for me. That is my why.